What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the review for Love and Marriage DC Season 1, episode number 8, you guys. So, can somebody tell me how many more episodes are left of this season? I'm having mixed feelings about DC. Like, some of this stuff feels forced, and it just doesn't seem genuine, authentic to me. The friendships, because none of these people really know each other. I know Winter and Monique, they've been friends, 15 years, but then if you read Monique's tweets last night, she said that, that was her first time going over to Winter's. It's just a lot with this show. And then we've spent the past 8 episodes talking about Winter, who is not even a main cast member. But yeah, if you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed, that means you guys will do me a solid favor and subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, and share the video, you guys. And with that out the way, without further ado, let's discuss Love and Marriage DC, shall we? So Love and Marriage DC, this episode picks up where the last one left off. You guys remember that Arena had set up that meeting with Winter, and she felt the way about Winter giving Jamie the nickname of Red Light Special. But I noticed when I was watching it that she didn't give Jamie a nickname. That was actually Monique who gave him the nickname of Red Light Special. She did give Quick a nickname, DJ Fun Size. But then when it came down to Arena and Jamie, she was talking about him at that red light being asleep, but she was saying you need to worry about your husband being asleep at the red light. But she never said Red Light Special. So Arena, you guys know I like Arena, but Arena in this moment, she did everything she could to get under Winter's skin. And I would say it was a success, because she was talking about her husband and have a baby on outside of their marriage, talking about Kevin. I was like, wow, Arena, we went very low. We went low. And then at one point, Arena stood up. I was like, Arena, sit down, please, because this could go really left. Like, let's stay in our seats. Let's everybody stay in our seats, so that way nobody gets, the hands don't get to moving. Like, let's not do that. But eventually Winter got up and she walked in, and I honestly can't say that I blame Winter for getting up and walking out of that situation. I can't. There's nothing that I can say I can blame her for. Not at all. So then next up, we're at CIAA weekend. We see Quick and Jamie. They are, having a little bit of a banter with each other about who did what, who didn't do what. Basically, it's a competition with them, and I see that they're very competitive spirits. Cool. So we see Monique and Chris show up. Like I said, Irene and Ashley are there with their husbands, Quick and Jamie. Then Tasha showed up. So Tasha showed up by herself. So then they sat down and they started talking about the situation with Winter. The issue that I have is y'all keep bringing Winter up. I'm not going to sit here. If I got an issue with somebody, I'm not going to continue to mention them, period. Like, I've said what I said. It's done. Can we move on from the situation? So yeah, I would just be like, let's just move on from the situation, but that's not the case. We're still talking about Winter. And my thing is, with this whole situation with Winter, why are we not addressing Monique? Because Monique is the one that's being messy, going back and telling Winter what Ashley and Arena said, and then she's going back and telling Ashley and Arena what Winter said. Just nip this all in the bud. Be like, y'all talking, I don't want to be the middle person. Why don't y'all all have a conversation with each other and we can go forward? Like, I just don't get it. It's like Monique is playing telephone, and you guys know what it is when it comes to playing telephone. You can say it, the messaging, it gets mixed up in that telephone. And the interesting thing is, Monique is the telephone, and you're still getting things, you're saying things the wrong way. Very interesting, right? So yeah, they then told the guys about the nicknames that Winter gave them. It's not that. I guess for me it's not that deep, but I guess for them it could be. But I just don't find it to be that significant to just sit here and be like, oh my God, when. And again, she did not say red light special for Jamie. That was what Monique said. She did call it quick DJ fun size. But I actually laughed at it when Monique told her about it. I don't get it, you guys. I really don't get it. I was here for Tasha because Tasha was like, she wasn't. Now, see, in Ashley's interview, she said that Tasha was defending Winter, but I disagree with that. I don't think she was. I don't think she was defending Winter. I feel like what Tasha was saying is, yes, me and her talked, and she's telling Monique, you need to check on your friend, this and this and that. I think Tasha was just basically just calling all of this shit out, calling them out because when Arena said that she asked her, is she mentally okay? Tasha was like, that's not cool, that's shady. It is. So I like, and I want to preface this by saying all the women, I like everybody on this show, even Monique and Chris. I like Monique and Chris, but with this show, I just don't necessarily know if this is showing them in a best light because it's showing that they're both messy, and it doesn't come off. I guess the situations don't come off as genuine in my personal opinion. But let me know what you guys think. But I was also with Jamie in this scene because Jamie was like, okay, look, let's stop with that. Let's stop talking about that. Let's just move on. Now he went to go grab Arena's face again. I was like, ugh, we gotta keep our hands to ourselves. I get it, but that's not the look. So I'm gonna pause here, you guys, and we're gonna move forward. So next up, you guys, Monique. She went to see Winter, and I tweeted this last night when I was tweeting. Monique wouldn't have been able to, especially with you being going back and telling everything that's been said. I would just be looking at my friend of 15 years kind of sideways. I'd be like, you going back and you telling them everything that I'm telling you. Why? Like, I'm venting to you. I'm telling you what happened, and you're going back and you're being messy. Yeah, she would have to talk. Monique would have had to talk to me through the peephole or through the Ring camera, one of the two. But she wouldn't have come in the house. So here's the other confusing thing for me when it comes to Monique. So Monique is telling her she told the ladies what she said. And then she says, because I have a feeling, I don't like for people to come up with nicknames for my husband if we're not that cool. Okay, I understand that. But you guys know what this is dealing. I said it last week and I'm going to say it again this week. This is stemming from her stint on Real Housewives of Potomac. Monique has not let go of the fact that Giselle called Chris Big Boy. Did I find an issue with with Giselle calling him Big Boy? No, because he is a big guy. Like, I never understood her being so upset about Big Boy. And then, like I said last week's review, why come you never had a rebuttal? The thing was, you never had a rebuttal for Giselle with the Big Boy comment. You never had a rebuttal until you got to the season 5 reunion with the binder. That was the only time you ever had a rebuttal for her. But in the entire time that you were on the Real Housewives of Potomac, you never once had a rebuttal for Big Boy. Not once. So she says that she feels a way about that. I'm gonna let her have that. But what I'm not gonna let her have is the fact that when Winter said DJ Fun Size, you said not Fun Size, you laughed at it. So you're laughing at it, making it feel like, okay, I get it, you're just being facetious, you're just joking. But that's not the case. That's not the case. If you felt strongly about it in that moment, you should have said, hey Winter, so I get you just being funny and whatnot, just calling him DJ Fun Size, but I've been in a situation where someone called my husband a nickname and I'm not too fond of that. So I don't necessarily know if you should be calling, her husband DJ Fun Size and y'all not cool like that. That's something Monique should have did, but she didn't do it. She sat there and laughed right in Winter's face and never addressed it. So then, like I said, I think I mentioned it in the beginning of the review. So While they were in this scene, Monique was on Twitter last night, and her tweet came across my timeline. Well, it was in a hashtag, and I saw it, where she said that this was her first time ever going to Winter's house. Mind you, they've been friends for 15 years. She said they never had a conversation outside of football and business. But this is your friend of 15 years. And then in the same scene, you said that you know, like in the scene when you were talking to her, it's like y'all are very familiar with each other, and it's not just football and business. So I kind of don't understand what the real is when it comes to Monique and Winter. But I still, at the end of the day, like, you've been shading Winter on social media for the last 8 episodes. You have been shading her, and I'm just like, is it that deep? Yeah, Monique can. I'm sorry. I don't think I would be friends with, especially if I was Winter after watching this show. Me and Monique couldn't be friends anymore. I know that they've already filmed their season 1 reunion. I just don't know when the reunion is coming. I don't even know when the season finale is. I guess because that other show, it's another show. Okay, I feel like this is episode 8, so I feel like we might have 2 more episodes left of this season, and then the reunion. We might have 10 episodes. I think 10 episodes. I'll have to look and see. But after this, I don't know if I would be friends with Monique. And then she's talking about she's gonna go back and talk to the ladies. I would have, if I was Winter, I would have told Monique, absolutely don't do that. Absolutely not. Please don't, because you put extra sauce on whatever you say to the ladies, obviously. So then we see Jamie and Arena. So they have Terry over, and she's reading. She's giving them a reading. I didn't really get much from this scene, and I actually like the Tylers. I just didn't get much out of this scene. All I know is she's talking to Jamie about him being raised by his father from 8 up until the point that he moved in with Arena. From what it sounded like he has some issues with his, some maternal issues. I don't know, but let's pause here, you guys, and let's move forward. Next up, you guys, we got Chris and Monique. So we see Chris and Monique, and they are going to do an exercise. The exercise, it's kind of, I guess you would say tantric, because it's kind of sexual. Now the first one that they did, it was arm raise and bending back, and that wasn't nothing. But then you had Monique on all fours. You had Chris hovering over her, so she is on all fours. So she backs up and he comes down with the dumbbells. I was like, okay, kind of interesting. And then he was on all fours at one point, and she was doing it. So she would crunch, she would go down, and he would go forward. Her crotch would come toward his face, and I was like, okay. Then they had another one where they were both laying on, she was laying on the ground, and he was like this. So he would go up and say something nice to her. If it works for them, it works for them. I have no issues with it. So Monique tells Chris that she wants to get all the couples together so that they can do a couples trip. Okay, cool. He's cool with it. Monique, once again, is talking about these issues that she has with Chris. And my thing is with the issues with Chris. You guys have been together for 10 years, right? Married for 10 years. If you've been asking him for a certain thing for over a decade and he hasn't shown any signs of wanting to change, I think at a certain point you have to get to a position in your head. Is this a deal breaker or is this not? If it's a deal breaker, tell him it's a deal breaker for you and I need you to fix this. Instead of harping on it, just say, Chris, I need you to fix this. This is something that is a big deal to me. It might not seem like a big deal to you, but to me it is. And just lay it out there. That's how I feel. You guys can feel differently. We can discuss it. Then we see the guys, they go to bar 1, which I wasn't aware that there was a bar 1 in the DMV. But hey, shout out to Peter, or Patricia as we like to call him. So once again, Chris and DJ Quick, they are the first two there. They talk about Monique working at the radio station. I don't give a shit about that. And Chris says he has a newfound respect for Monique. That's typically how it happens, isn't it? When your wife goes out and when your wife does something different, and then you have to take care of the kids, you then have a newfound appreciation for your wife. So yeah, Patricia, she eventually made a small appearance. We can get her out the way. Patricia got her screen time. She's gone. Then Kevin comes in. This scene was set up because Kevin came in with Winter's fucking manuscript. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, so you brought a manuscript to meet up with some guys that you don't really know besides Chris. Okay. 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 Then we see all the couples at the end of the episode. They meet up at the Samuel. So Monique, they're talking about, they're going on this couples trip. Monique hits him with the curveball right away that Winter will be coming. She's not spending a night. The only reason why Winter is coming is because she is the one that, she's the one with the sex therapist. So she'll be there. We're going to exercise. We're going to eat. I'm not going to make you guys eat any vegan food like I did last time. Then she talks about, what else did she say? Oh, no, she didn't say anything else. Chris says, well, you guys know I invited Kevin. For what? Okay. You guys, so I want to preface this by saying I don't hate the show. I really don't. I just don't, I don't understand. It just seems, the friendships, they don't seem, well, they're not genuine. Because mostly, I think these people just recently met each other. Ashley and Lorena haven't been friends for long. Monique hasn't been friends with Ashley and Lorena long. So I think, and what I mean, there are some shows where where they put the cast together that they don't necessarily know each other that well, but they work well together. I mean, look at Bell Collective. All those women didn't really know each other, but they made it work, and it didn't seem forced and whatnot. It was enjoyable. And I'm not saying that DC is, I was about to say Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm not saying that DC is not enjoyable. It just, especially, the thing that's bothering me is the drama between Ashley, Winter, and Lorena. It's trivial. But let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Drop down in the comment section, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, share the video, and until the next time, you guys, stay safe, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, wear a mask, socially distance, be blessed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.